hardest part about the music industry, in your view, and best part about the music industry?
Hardest part. There are a few hardest parts.
Okay.
To be lies the hardest, but
you could give a few if you have more than one.
I feel like a lot of times you get caught up about stuff, and your talent and your stuff are not always equal. Do you know what I mean?
I think so. Yeah.
There are a lot of people that probably don't sing as well as you do that have a whole lot of stuff. Right. And you look around and you feel like, well, where's my stuff? Where's my Bugatti? Where's my razor house? I want all my stuff. You have to remember that the stuff is not who you are. The stuff does not say how much talent you have. Yeah. I see people online I have had people come onto my Twitter and say things to me like, who are you? You had no #1 records, which is the silliest thing ever. Yeah. Because you haven't had a #1 record does not mean you don't have talent. Right. Because you don't have stuff does not mean you are not great, and you have to stay out of your head on that. And social media will put that in your head. Oh yeah. A lot. So stay off of social media if you can.
I'm not on there.
Yeah, I'm on there, but I think for a young singer, I think if I were 20 years old today and trying to go on The Voice or American Idol, I would be mortified. I would fully be mortified because the beginning for me was I was very shy. I still am. I was singing with a Tandy microphone into a Fender amp and just quietly and kind of turning my back slowly on the crowd when I felt nervous. Yeah. That is how I developed. There was a period of development that took place, and that is still happening. Yeah. To try and show me every aspect of your life on Instagram while you develop is, I don't envy anyone trying to come up in this day and age.
No, me either. So those are some downsides these days. What about the plus?
The upside for me is that I actually love music so much. It's over. It's an over situation for me. I'm so into music and listening to music and learning music and even hearing the sounds in a quiet place or trying to create those sounds with my instrument or trying to figure out how I hear them or how my hearing has changed over the years and what records mean to me. I'm kind of like the crazy music lady. Nice. The most beautiful part for me is that it never gets old. The music never gets old. Yeah. The travel gets old, the flying gets old, the 2 shows a night while people are eating green beans gets old. All that gets old. But music for me is literally like my best friend in the room that knows everything about me that I don't have to. We are telepathic.
Love it.
So it never gets old.
It's fantastic.
I started studying piano when I was 3 or 4 years old. I used to play for my mom's voice lessons. I knew I was a singer. I didn't really start to find my voice until I really got to college.